This is the Sony Ericsson Vivaz Pro. We've just finished testing it in our lab, so I can now run through how the phone's performed. The Vivaz Pro is an upgraded version of the original Sony Ericsson Vivaz. So what are the differences? Well, the first one, and perhaps the most important difference, is this. They've added a QWERTY sliding keyboard underneath the main display. Now this is handy for when you're writing emails or text messages, or even adding web addresses onto web pages. Close the phone up and I'll introduce you to the second change. That comes on the back. Now the original Vivaz had an 8.1 megapixel camera. This has been downgraded on the Vivaz Pro, so we've just got a 5 megapixel camera here. Despite that full sliding keyboard, the Vivaz Pro is actually a pretty lightweight phone, although at the same time it does feel a little bit plasticky and it's a little bit flimsy in your hand. Now, as well as the QWERTY keypad, it's operated by this 3.2-inch touchscreen on the front of the phone. However, actually this is a resistive touchscreen rather than a capacitive touchscreen. It's like you find on the iPhone, for example. And it means when you're using it, you have to be really quite deliberate. Sometimes you have to press quite hard. Now, in our test, we were impressed by the Vivaz Pro's battery. It's fairly long-lasting, but it's also very quick to charge. Sound quality, on the other hand, is more disappointing, especially when there's loud background noise. The Vivaz Pro really struggles then. We found the Vivaz Pro fairly easy to use, though there's no getting away from the resistive touchscreen. That really is a hindrance. It runs on the Symbian 60 operating system, which is a little old now, a little dated. On the plus side, that does mean it will be familiar to a lot of people, so people should be able to pick it up quite quickly. But really, it's not as fun to use or as intuitive as operating systems that you've seen from Apple or from Android, for example. Now, the camera on the Vivaz Pro is downgraded from the one we saw on the Vivaz. That was 8.1 megapixels, this is 5 megapixels. But still, picture quality is very good. It's also very easy to use, and there's a whole host of photographic features within the phone. The FM radio and music player on the Vivaz Pro are reasonable, if nothing special. Sound quality through the supplied headphones is okay, although as usual we'd recommend connecting a good set of your own if you have one. The 3.5mm headphone connection makes that easy to do. You can download more songs from Sony Ericsson's Play Now service, and you can save everything on the supplied 8GB memory card. Now the Vivaz Pro can load web pages pretty quickly thanks to its HSDPA connection. That's the equivalent of 3.5G. Alternatively, if you're in a wireless hotspot, you can use its Wi-Fi connectivity. Google Maps comes pre-installed, and there's also a trial version of WisePilot navigation software. You can download more apps from the Play Now service, though you do need to be aware that the range is very limited. It's nothing like you'd find on Google's Android store, for example, or on the iPhone's App Store. So in summary, it's a bit of a mixed performance from the Vivaz Pro. On the plus side, it's nice to have a QWERTY keypad, and we were impressed by the HD camcorder. However, we were less impressed by the resistive technology of the touchscreen and also the old-fashioned, dated Symbian interface. Now you can read reviews of hundreds of other mobile phones, get all the latest buying advice and find great mobile phone deals on our website www.which.co.uk/mobile.